Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire.
Hi everybody, thanks for stopping by today. And today I'm finally sharing a room that I've been working on seriously. I think I've changed it about 10 times. This room is actually beginning to represent where I am in life right now. Not trying to chase any trends or trying to look modern. Not caring what colors I use. I'm going to use colors that I like, whether they're popular or they're not popular. And that's the same goes for furniture and any kind of artwork that I choose to display. I just want to live in a comfortable environment and not trying to chase any particular trend or style that may be popular for this year or for a couple of years. So what's become increasingly important to me is that I'm interested in creating spaces that tell our story, use things that we've collected over our lifetimes, be it while we're married or before we're married, or things that we've inherited, and basically things that we just love. So I'm inspired by what I'm calling, or what is called, collected traditional style with an editorial feel. So what is collected traditional with an editorial feel like? Well, it's where a room feels warm, lived in and personal, but also intentional and layered, not haphazardly put together. In other words, it's curated, but to the point where it is personal to you. I think a lot of times what happens is people start to put things in their rooms or in their houses that they might see it in other people's houses, or they see it on YouTube, or they see it trending. So they think that they need to have that in their house so that they can appear modern and with it. And that is absolutely not what I'm going for. I'm going for that look that, when I look around the room, I want to see things that mean something to me, and that means something to Marianne, and that we feel comfortable with and feels part of our life, but not in just cluttered and put everything out all over the place. That's not what it's about. It is a curated style, meaning that, it is thought out, it is placed there because of a reason, but it fits where it's placed. And then if I get tired of it, or if I want to change it, I change it out. Because for those of you that know us, you know that we have inherited a lot of things, and we keep our things and we take care of our things. So I can still rotate things, in the house and make it feel fresh and different, and yet still be putting things out that we love. So the room that I'm sharing with you today is a small space, and we call it the library media room now. And it has evolved a lot. It was originally the sitting room for my parents. When my parents came to visit, we had that area has a sitting room and a bedroom for them and whatnot. And then when they passed away, we actually opened up that wall, and that area became part of the family room. And we basically set it up like a sitting room. Did we go in there? Hardly ever. I mean, we used it like as a walkthrough to go into the other part of the house, but we never really went in there. And then I got the bright idea one year that I wanted to create a library space in there. So I started, piling books and stuff in there. And did we go in there much? No, not really, because we have other places in the house that we tend to hang out, especially since it's attached to the family room. And then what happened was, I don't know what happened one day, but I just decided, you know what, I'm going to put another television in here. And this might be a good place for us to watch TV because it's smaller, it's up close and personal, we're closer to the TV, and the sound is bigger and whatnot. And that's where my journey began, creating this library media room. So it's kind of like a hybrid room, but I wanted it to have meaning. So my intent was to try to create like a cozy place to watch TV, like a cocoon, kind of, right? And I think I've achieved it so far. I'm happy with it. So I'm going to give you a brief tour around the room, and I'm going to try to explain to you how I used a moodier color palette in there, and I blended function, comfort, and storytelling all in one space. Okay, so let's get going. All right, so let's take a look around the room. It feels like I've been working on it so long, but I think I finally got it right. It has gone through so many different transformations. So I don't know if you caught that video. We bought a theater couch here. It is a deep, deep, deep navy blue. It's wonderful for viewing TV. And I infused the green from the family room in here with these beautiful pillows, which we got in Costco. And those are pillow covers, which we got on Amazon. And then I got this rug from Costco, and it has both gray and blue tones in it, which picks up the couch beautifully, and it gives it a very fresh, vibrant kind of a feeling. I brought in these end tables, which I had somewhere else in the house, and they have beautiful fluted legs, and there's a drawer in here, and it brings in that warm wood tone that the room really needed. And I added some books on top of the table to carry out this hybrid media library room. These clear glass lamps give some relief to the heavy wood and the darker colors in here with their clear glass base, and it still has a chunky feeling. And I went with a burgundy shade in here to highlight the burgundy that I love. It's one of my favorite colors. Don't care if it's in style, not in style. It's always in style with me. It's something that I really love. And look at the cute little finials that we found on top of these two lamps to carry out that idea of the library. Right now, we have white window treatments in here because here in the Northeast, it's very dark in the winter. It gets dark early and it's always cloudy. And we need that lightness and brightness to compensate for that darkness. I also added in this painting, which has both burgundy and the beige neutral in it that we see in the room. On the other side of the couch, I added another of the end table, same one again, books again, the light colored lamp with the burgundy shelf, and a book that was just given to Marianne. Marianne loves the Royals, and I put it on display on that plate stand right there, or book stand, whatever you want to call it. Now, this wall was just very plain. It always bothered me, so I decided to make a gallery wall on here, and I added in a lot of the gold and the black tones that I have going on in here. I redid the outside of this mirror right here, painted it black, and then added those gold tones, and you can see most of the frames have the gold tones. Now, I added in a wicker plate down there just to give some warmth, and I also added in some antlers here. You know, Italians believe that the antlers, which they call the horns, ward off evil spirits in the room. So I've been mixing it up in here and adding in pictures. I have one more to go right there in that space next to the register up there, and I'm looking for an oval. I have the oval down here in the mirror, and I want the oval up there in that space. Now I added a little bit of greenery in here just to give some life to the room. A little bit of greenery always will add that feeling of lightness and bringing the outdoors in. Not the outdoors we have right now, but you know what I mean. Right here, I have the chair which was given to us by a dear friend of mine that passed away, and it has the brown tones that I have going on in the feature wall and the floor, the beige, a throw blanket that Marianne's mother had given us, and the burgundy pillow on this chair to complement the shades on the lamps. Now, you might be thinking, why do you have that little ottoman in front of the couch when they're recliners? Well, two reasons. Number one reason is that it needed something to ground the area with. Actually, it needed a larger ottoman or a coffee table, but I wasn't going to do that because we recline on these chairs and that would be in the way. So that little ottoman there has a little bit of a history. Number one, it lived in my hometown. It lived with me as I grew up. It was in our living room back home. So it is an old piece. And when I look at it, I can remember where it was exactly when I grew up. So it grounds the area. And number two is it allows me to put my feet up because I'm not the best recliner person. I like my back straighter, and therefore I can keep my back straight and keep my feet up at the same time. So it's serving a couple of purposes. And look how good it plays off of the blanket that Marianne's mother had given us. And as we swing around here, we see the wall, which is painted in the berry brown, and it is a deep, rich, saturated brown. And as you can see, it really sets off the TV. It is absolutely great because the TV, it looks like it sunk back into the wall itself, and it's just projecting right out of the wall. So I'm really loving this saturated brown color. And as you can see right here, I have the two candlestick lamps, one on each side of the bookcase with the burgundy shelves. And I added in these pictures right here, which have that moody burgundy look. It has the brown tones that work so well with the wall, as well as the burgundy going on in the room. Now, I redid all of this, the mantelpiece and the bookcases as well. And as you can see, I added in all the colors that are in the room, the burgundies and the blues and the browns and so on. I also added black tops to the bookcases, and I made the mantle black on the top. Now, that was no accident that I did that. I really wanted it to sink into the TV. I had originally had it white, and I hated the way it looked. It reflected off the TV and made it look silly, in my opinion. So the black kind of grounded the whole thing, and I'm really enjoying that black, as well as I painted the inside of the firebox black as well. Okay, so there it is. I finally finished the library media room, and I'm really happy with it right now. Who knows? I might change something. That's what you do. But it is a pleasure sitting in here. It's a pleasure looking at the work I did in here. And I hope you think so too. So I'm curious to see what you think about it. So please drop me a comment on what your thoughts are on the room. And like always, take care. And I will be seeing you soon, hopefully. Okay, everybody, take care. Bye-bye.